Yeah, very, very pleased, but I don't think that beat the how can you say, happiness of Ivan. I think a nice little touch to the story. I would say that Gareth Southgate just showed how great a man he is, that he texted me early in the morning and said, Thomas, you can bring the news to Ivan. I think it's not often that we as managers or head coaches can bring the good news. There's a lot of times they are not playing, or we need to be hard on them. So it's so rare, and I've said many times, it's 90% suffering and 10% joy. And that was definitely a very joyful moment to be able to call him and give him the good message. And it's not often Ivan is speechless, but he was laughing and just very happy. So. And I think that's a wonderful story, because he's a very confident guy, believing in himself, and the journey has definitely not been straightforward for him. And I asked him, he actually dreamt about being an England international since he was a kid. And then of course it took a few detours the path to get the first call up. So that is incredible. And for the club, I think it's unbelievable story. So I had the staff in this morning and praised them for. I think we have with everyone counted up something between 15 and 20 call-ups for under 21, under 20, under 21, and full internationals, and the most of them are fully internationals. So that's fantastic. Yeah.
It's a great time to be called up by England. The World Cup's a couple of months away. Is he the best of the rest after Harry Kane when it comes to England strikers, do you think?
I think so. I know, of course, I know Ivan very well. I haven't followed Abraham closely enough in Roma. But I think definitely Ivan has something to offer, and depending on where you see Rashford. But I think his ability in the box and his link-up play is at a very, very high international level.
How far can he go? He's 26. He's been banging in the goals for you. What's his ceiling, do you think?
No one knows. I think it's we always either we say there can be a little bit limited, or we should say that nobody knows. I think we need to, when we want to fulfill a potential, we don't know how big that potential is. And I definitely think that Ivan's potential is still very, very much not at his top yet. Sky is the limit, I would say, especially with the abilities he had to step up this season. And not only the tally of the 5 goals, but also the variety in the way he scored goals, I think is big.
And on the World Cup, do you see him at the World Cup now?
I guess that's up to Gareth. Putting a squad together, I would pick him, but I'm not the head coach for the England national team.